Attention gamers, climbing in League of Legends requires a variety of things. There's mechanical skill, a good sense of game knowledge, and lastly to not be forgotten, there's playing whatever champion or item is the most absolutely broken dogshit until Riot takes their thumbs out of their asses and nerfs it. I mean, if the person in charge of keeping Sona balanced at Riot goes on a vacation to bumfuck Egypt, bring me over the ladder cause daddy's going climbing. You see, you think you may have found your one champion, the love of your life, the only champion you will play as you are hard stuck in silver thinking it's just a matter of unlucky teams. You have practiced the right moves, you buy all the best items, but you are just going to get right-clicked and pig-fucked at the end of the day by the jagoffs that read the patch notes. So let's put our short shorts on and break down the newest patch in this unbalanced fuckfest of a game. Let's start off with this mascara-wearing fuckboy that has excelled at confusing people and then one-shotting them since his release. Everyone has a boner about visual clarity, so Riot decided a good quote-unquote nerf to this gothic vampire would be to add some visual indicators of what weapons he is equipped over his head, which literally won't help me in the slightest considering I have no clue what the fuck any of these weapons do anyway. You might as well put different fucking species of Swedish songbirds over his head. He is also getting a nerf to his little turret shits that he puts on the ground because Heimerdinger was getting jealous and wrote a bunch of emails to dad. This whining band-aid boy is getting a few buffs. His Q will have a lower cooldown, so get ready for this depressed mummy to be latching onto your tits for some milk a lot more often. His ult cooldown is getting reduced too, so yay wombo combo buffets. Floaty Dragon is getting a damage nerf to his star shards that float around him, not a big deal considering I never see this spectral worm ever anyway. Good old Caitlyn is getting a buff for some goddamn reason, as if she's not S tier plus blowies given to the game designer broken already. Her attack speed at level 1 is getting buffed. Let's just take the best early game ADC and make her better at level 1. Hum fucking Jesus guys. A bunch of champions asked to go on more field trips, so Riot is granting Diana, Darius, Talon, Garen, Zed, and Mordekaiser all more powers against monsters so that they can roam around and be played as junglers. Can't wait for spinning shitter Garen jungler to be ganking my lanes. Maybe buff actual junglers like Kindred before making half the mid and top roster viable in the forest. This little cat thing with anger management problems is getting rewarded when he throws his tempers by a few buffs to his mega form. Fat Boy Super Saiyan will run a bit faster and his ult will actually feel a bit more like you are being slammed into a damn wall. Kayle players are apparently selfish cocks in the minds of Riot, so her ultimate is getting a buff only when you use it on your teammate. So basically no changes to Kayle's and solo queue because they would never use this shit on anyone but their own precious ass anyway. My stellar star bitch of an internet girlfriend is getting some dope buffs to her Q, lower CD and more damage is going to make the sex fest of my Azriel Lux bot lane feel just euphoric, boys. The spiky rolling rock is going to attack ever so slightly faster that all kind of brain dead shitters are going to be somersaulting around the rift in that ball of clay again. Can't wait to get ganked by a 1000 movement speed mud nugget mudfucking his way in my lanes. Zed is getting buffed because Riot thinks it would be a cruel funny joke to make the most broken dogshit top laner even stronger. His health bar will keep going up even faster now. Riot must have watched my Sona top video because the mute song bitch is finally getting thrown off the stage with some nerfs. Her spell's mana cost went up but refunds when an ally benefits from the aura, so hello support Sona, goodbye one-shot harpy top lane Sona. Finally this banana fetish unicorn is getting the shaft. Basically there are so many nerfs to this bitch that she'll fade into oblivion till they revert them. Her W gets a slight nerf to make it seem like support Soraka will be viable, but the 9 elf will just be tickling people in lane after this update. Even though I have been seeing Sylas in every goddamn game, he's getting a buff. The chains that he apparently hasn't figured out how to cut off from his arms almost a year after escaping will now hit a bit harder on his Q. There's entirely too much going on with Monkey Boy, so we will all just wait for a Red Mercy video to come out and bore us all to sleep to figure out what's going on with this ape, but his rework is coming this week. Carry My Ass Kitty is getting buffed. Her Q that's already impossible to dodge is getting buffed, and when she says she has the zoomies like it's diarrhea or something, you know that her cat poops just healed you a bit more than they used to. Bami's Cinder must have had sex with the boss because it is getting a nice stinky buff and all the items that build from it are as well as a result. Stopwatch prices are going up and the perfect timing talent that gives you a stopwatch at 10 minutes is now 14 minutes with a chance to reduce that on kills. Looks like having Azonius proc at level fucking 5 was just a little too gnarly for some people. Phase Rush is getting buffed, so ban Vladimir every goddamn game if you don't like being butt plucked constantly. Hail of Blades is easier to proc but with a bigger cooldown, so interpret that as you will. Finally, the most popular champions like Yi, Katarina, and Tryndamere are all getting dope fucking new skins, when champions like Hunchback Quinn are stuck with nothing but Taylor Swift look-alike. That's it for these game-changing patch notes. If you enjoyed this rundown and would like me to do it for each patch, let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks Brothrin, we out.